Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. I've got something really epic and exciting to show you today. This is a work in progress theme park entrance. And the theme park is my movie land, which is a movie themed theme park similar to Universal Studios. What you're seeing here is the entrance to the theme park. It is designed as a street scene featuring a New York street, the Sanctum Sanctorum, and of course the Hulkbuster in action. It has a taxi which has crashed into a newspaper stand and also features the Movie Land logo in the form of a giant clapboard sign. The builds featured in this creation include the LEGO Avengers Hulkbuster, Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown, and a few other MOCs. I designed this because I'm currently working on a theme park and I wanted a really stunning entrance that viewers can relate to. I played around with many ideas but finally came up with this one. If you put yourself in the shoes of a minifig visiting this theme park, you'll no doubt be awestruck by this display and it will create excitement and intrigue before you even enter the theme park. Let's have a closer look at this display. The entire entrance display can fit on a 32 by 32 stud base plate. However, I've mounted it on a 48 by 48 base plate due to the way that my entire theme park will be laid out. Originally, I was thinking of a text signboard for Movie Land, the name of the theme park, but decided to go with a 3D signboard in the form of this giant clapboard. I will be replacing these corner tile pieces with the hard to find triangle pieces, but I've ordered them through Bricklink and they should be here soon. This will allow me to create a more accurate looking clapboard. This is a plate built clapboard with a hinging piece and they are attached to two vertical truss supports. I intend to have a retaining wall around the theme park, so this is the wall that extends for this part of the base plate. I gave the wall some texture as well as floodlights at the top of each support pillar. Most of the base plate is still empty because this is a work in progress, but I wanted you to have a look at the different components of the main entrance. Besides the Hulkbuster, 3D sign, retaining wall, there's also a ticket booth, toilet, as well as a souvenir stall which is built into the back of the facade of the Sanctum Sanctorum. I wanted to use the space economically so I could place as much items within a small space yet have all the functional elements that you expect in a theme park. The whole idea was to build an entranceway organically in what seems like an action scene from a movie. I have not made any modifications to the Hulkbuster. All I did was add some trans blue studs on the end of his arm blaster. I did add several modified patterned masonry bricks to create a support for one of the ball jointed feet. This is so that the Hulkbuster could be kept upright at the angle that I wanted. In terms of the justification for the display, these pieces of brick seem like debris created by the Hulkbuster as he's stomping his feet on the road. I have removed the Hulkbuster so we can have a closer look at some of the elements. Here's a side view of the display. If you're wondering why the Sanctum Sanctorum was kept as a half building, it's because I felt it was just like a movie set, so just the front facade of the Sanctorum is needed for the entranceway to create the effect. And I felt an open concept for the souvenir stall was still realistic and allows you to have a better view of the stall. Here's a look at a traffic light mock which I created. It's got a street sign as well as a traffic cam for surveillance. I used the parts that was available to me and built it on top of a lamppost part which sits on two bricks. I used the newspaper stand from the detective's office and the yellow cab from the Spider-Man Ultimate Bridge Battle. I used a hinging plate and brick to attach the taxi to the top of the newsstand to create a scene of a vehicle crash. These parts allow for a play feature so that the taxi can have some movement but yet keeps it secure on the newspaper stand. I used a variety of black tiles to create the surface of the road as well as white long tiles to create the painted strips on the road. Here's a look at the Sanctum Sanctorum, the back of the toilet and the ticket stand. I designed everything so the different buildings will flow organically together and look like they're part of the same set. If you look at the ticket stand, you can see it's almost a mini replica of the Sanctum Sanctorum. I was inspired by real theme parks such as Universal Studios, who would often build functional facilities into the attraction buildings. The ticket stand has a booth behind a sliding glass panel, and you can see barricades which form guides for people to buy tickets. So there are 2 rows for tickets, one for buying, one for collecting. And you can also have a clear path directly to the automated terminal if you happen to buy your tickets online and print them out yourself. Scan your ticket and the door will swing open for you to gain access. There is a computer terminal at this entranceway, and there will be an attendant behind it because you can see a keyboard and monitor. Just in case anything goes wrong, the attendant can check the system and make sure you get through. The jumper plate behind the keyboard is exactly where the attendant minifig will be placed. The ticket stand can be accessed by a side door, and you can get a clear view inside of the red seat, the cash register, a table with some snacks, and a coffee machine. The back of the ticket stand is covered with 2 large windows, and I designed the roof to be modular so the middle section of the roof can come off to easily access minifigs on the inside. This roof piece was built solid and replicates the roof of the Sanctum Sanctorum. Next to the ticket stand is the all-important toilet. Every theme park must have a toilet, although it's a bit unrealistic there's only one toilet in this theme park, but at least there's one. The roof is also modular. It was designed to blend in with the look of the rest of the buildings, and it has an exhaust fan for good ventilation. And here you get a clear view inside the toilet. It's just like a high-end porta potty. Next to the toilet, we have the souvenir stall, which also sells drinks. This vending machine came from the Simpsons Quickie Mart, and I also added a couple of bottles of mineral water. The souvenir stall itself sells a variety of different items from towels, toys, figurines, t-shirts, and replica collectibles. Above the souvenir store, we have a collection of mannequins of Avengers superheroes. I decided to keep them all Marvel characters. After all, this is the Sanctum Sanctorum. I hope you enjoyed the sneak peek into the work in progress of my Movie Land theme park. Here's a challenge for you. My Movie Land theme park has a total of 5 movie-themed attractions. See if you can possibly guess what these 5 different attractions are. Here's a hint. They're all adapted from existing or past LEGO sets. Leave your 5 guesses in the comments. If anyone does manage to guess all 5 correctly, I will give you a prize. But honestly, I highly doubt anyone will be able to figure out what 5 attractions these are. But good luck! Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Talk to you soon.